to Fubara, seamless, simple thing. Fubara is trying to be as respectful as he can, according to the Ijaw nation too. Listen, somebody made a nail portrait for him. That's what I'm going to call it, because somebody used nails, right? That's nails to make a portrait or an image of Ace, and that got him very much emotional. There are those who believe that they no bond them well. Remove Fubara, impeach Fubara for this River State. All right. May them try and may them start and may they even announce they want impeach him first. We'll see what will happen. But for him, he said he's not shaking.
Our wonderful youths and women continue to be strong. At times you need to lose to win. We have not lost. At the end of the day, God will give us his own victory. For the young lady who presented that wonderful artwork, when she said that each of the nails was a pain, it touched my soul. You won't understand. But I know that pains are for purposes. You gave me so much encouragement this afternoon and reason to continue to stand strong. I assure you, I will not let that artwork be a useless artwork. I will not let your energy to be a waste. I will continue to be strong for all of you.
He said it will remain stronger for all of them. And yesterday I was like, okay, see, if these guys who now seems to have the upper hand, if they decided to remove Fubara, nothing will happen, because it doesn't seem like Fubara himself has any other trick up his sleeves anymore. Then I got an information that it's actually an ongoing process. I don't know if this is also going to make the Wahala to fester, right? Or if this is going to be the comeback of Fubara himself. They've started the recall process, or they're just muting the idea. Recall process of the 27 lawmakers loyal to Wike. From what I have gathered, right, they have started the process of recalling all of them. So if they are recalled, not even a court can stop them from being ex-lawmakers. Now, this may be another ploy, like some of them feared, from Fubara in regaining back his lost ground, they say. And for street credibility, na person where they hold the key to the pulse of a state, na in they hold the crowd, manula you. almost 2 years. So with this crisis, endless crisis in River State. So those of you who are from River State, right? Because I mean, it's been like this for the past 2 years. Has Fubara been able to actually do anything at all? I'm talking about like infrastructural development, human development index. Is that what you call the HDI? Like if you are watching me from River State, tell me, has this their political crisis, has it affected governance in River State? For real, forget about this media, that, because I want to know, has he even been able to actually do his job as a governor in the last 2 years, nearly 2 years though? Because it's been crisis after crisis. Now they are holding on to your allocation in River State. Yeah. Your monthly allocation, your resources, your everything is being held on to right now. So this is the first month that you are not going to get any allocation at all in River State, courtesy of Wike and his gang, because the intention is to make sure that once he is unable to pay your salaries or workers and is unable to pay contractors, it's just going to be a matter of time before the whole house will come crashing. That is the ultimate goal. So you watching me from River State, be sincere, be honest. At least we should have like maybe 1 or 2 people from Port Harcourt, from River State watching this broadcast right now that can tell us, how has it been? Have you all just been like just holding on until one day it will be official that you have defeated Wike, and then Fubara can begin or can start working as your governor? Like, I don't know. You know, it's been out there using the media and what have you, right, to make it look like, yes, they have been trying to undermine him, to shortchange him, to compromise his government and all that. But you in River State, you tell me, great. Ike Ama said the man is trying. And when you say the word trying, it simply means that, you know, this crisis is not that it's not that effective when it comes to governance and all of that in River State, Abi. Well, maybe that is good on him or good for him. Good for you too. All right. Because River State is the second richest state in the entire Nigeria. By IGR, by what have you as well, right? You are the richest, second richest. After Lagos, it's River State. So that simply means that River State, among other states in Nigeria, right, happens to be one of the states that can actually stand on its own without federal allocation as well. I just don't know if an emergency or an abrupt end to your federal allocation is also plausible to say you can stand on your own. I don't know that. But if you are living in River State, you should be able to tell us, how is it? And if you think he's trying by the Nigerian standard, then I'll take your word for it, okay? My time is almost up, even though I do have a few other things to share with us this evening. What do you think? Should we just wrap it up and take calls? Or I should finish first, and whatever the time that is left, we can use that to take calls, even if it's just 30 minutes left. Which one do you go for, brethren? And have you actually liked the broadcast, though? Which one would you prefer? Yeah, that we should wrap it up now, take calls and have a chat, or I should continue, right? Continue until when I am done with this, then we can take calls, even if it's just going to be 20 minutes of the rest of the remaining time. Yeah? People said I should continue, so I'll take the word continue. I'll take your word for that, okay? So our next stop is going to be, let's see, it's going to be on somebody's farm where the Fulani terrorists were caught and their cows destroying somebody's artwork farm, and they seems not to be able to do anything about it. You get what I mean? Here is that part, just so you have a glimpse of what it is like once you become the next target of these Fulani marauders, these Fulani terrorists, and your farm, and you see how helpless people can be whenever the situation pops up like this.
Joni aiki woni fata foɗana nayi ɗaɗi foɗana nayi ɗaɗi wallahi to nana foɗana nayi ɗaɗi ga Allah so'oɗa gefe yawwa komi lokaci wodi wane meɗe ɗon to giɗa harkaji ɗin cuku duniyaaru ndum inna a waɗa itta testi wallahi Allah ɗum renantoma wayo ɗum gesa kaɗo ka andi komi yalayi ka becce may ka dole ñaya Allah ɗan tararan na gaske na bakin boda no wallahi sam hoɗanan ɗaɗi sese kawai ɗi ɗan ƴakka gorohoy koye ɗum andi ha ɓe ɓen to nano wallahi ɗon to giɗa ɗum ɓalejum Allah hokkuɗi kaya kawai harkaji ɗi wallahi Allah to na waɗa sarki taɗi sese hunde nden nde watta ko a bas ɗo fanan ɗaɗi kawai yo koɓe sukki keña ɗon doggudu ndu mi ñaami e maɓɓe ndu woɗi bo ɓe gaɗɗiyam mi doggi ha mi nani doggudu wela sabo e noon poɗana rogo maɓɓe kawai wallahi kaabi ñama sese jungo jogo singil bofa jogo ramu are say fitaji wallahi gesa kaɗo ka wakkinantake ko seɗɗan na bam ira ɓen ɗon nangayɓe liƴƴi gan to yimɓe ɗan gefe gara giya ɓe andita ɓe ko bo na jawrajo wurtoake ñannan ɓe piya pawlo nana ay wane emin dura nayi ñande woni dura e nayi hay ñannande nanani jawrajo noye baɗa noon ne waya foɗata leɗɗe ne miya waɗa wasa miɗa noon fa a bas harkaji ɗin sa hankali wallahi komin simo ɗon ton to giɗa wallahi ɗum yarata inna waɗan ittanaɓe zakka ɓe gita ɓe saloray en giya en nana wallahi ɓe gaɗanta en ko en milata difanɗi ɗum kawai ɓe neɓi ɓe mayayi hummoyɗo ɗo hande emin tinnodo e muɗum bo dole yaraɗe Allah ɗum a somi ga Allah alana hanɗi ɗo fana ko e majji sese komi lokaci muɗum Allah
It is just to show to you what it is like indeed. Whenever this marauders takes over people's farms, it is a total destruction. So when people tell you to go back to farm, they are practically asking you to go back and grow something for their cows. If yours becomes your target, right, you may run into, a serious debt. Okay, because people have run into serious debt simply because these animals, right, invaded their farms, destroyed them, and they even stood there to make videos too. This is the reality. This is the source of food crisis in Nigeria when it all started. These terrorists were never to be punished. Never to be punished. Rather, we were taught on how to learn how to live with them, because we must learn how to live together as brothers and sisters. How can you live together with your killers? Doesn't make any sense, but it is APC, and this is Nigeria. It makes a lot of sense, unfortunately. Tifnumbu and his gang have something to celebrate this evening and possibly this weekend as well. As the House of Representatives today, right, passed the 4 bills brought about by Tifnumbu called the tax reform bills. Remember, the bone of contention at the time was the sharing formula. That must be different from what they have currently. So something they said will serve those who contribute to this, tax collection or so, this money. So you get to take according to what you are contributing, not just according to your own population. However, there were a bit of pushbacks, especially from the northern Nigeria, who believed that it was going to impoverish them. It's going to cut down their, their monthly earnings and all of that stuff. They are right. So some amendments were made. Some amendments were made, and today, the northern Nigeria will still lose out in the sharing, as the House of Representatives, right, passed the amended bill, which now gives 50% to equality, which means 50% of the money taxes collected, right, will be shared accordingly. If they give Sokoto 1 billion, they will give Ekiti 1 billion. If they give Zamfara 5 billion, they will give Lagos 5 billion, based on equality. The next one is based on population. So that means if Kano is collecting 2 billion, Ekiti will be collecting 200 million. Similarly, if Lagos is collecting 6 billion, right, Zamfara will be given 100 million. Still, population difference, right? Then another one is, I think, equality, population. What's the third one? Sorry, guys. I need to pick that up, right? Derivation. No, sorry, I think derivation is 20, sorry, derivation is a 30% rather. Derivation means how much you pay in. So if whatever you pay in, you are going to get 30% of that. So example of that is if Lagos puts in 100 billion, Lagos State will take 30% of that money every month. Now, if Ekiti puts in 100 million naira, Ekiti will take 30% of that. If Kano State contributes 20 billion, they will take 30%. And if Zamfara contributes 1 million naira, they will take 30% of that, which is 300,000 naira. So this time around, it's not going to be like the raw bitter to pay poor kind of a thing, right? So at the end of the day, when we did all the math, we discovered that the northern Nigeria, especially if they don't improve in their own sort of revenue generation and contribution, right? They are bound to lose. They are bound to lose 28 to 30% of what they used to collect. Let me give you an example of that. So let's say Kano State used to collect. No, let's leave Kano. Kano is viable. Let's use Borno. Let's say Borno State used to collect 1 billion naira. For example, now 1 billion naira from this consolidated fund and taxes. Okay, so Borno State will no longer collect 1 billion. They will now be collecting somewhere around 700 million naira. Okay, in this current new arrangements, and it has now been passed into law. Let's take a look at how that went.
The committee recommended 3 months. Value-added tax. For the purpose of attribution or distribution, the committee recommended that the place of consumption of taxable supplies will be the place of consumption for taxable supplies will be irrespective of where returns are filed. In other words, all companies located in Lagos, Port Harcourt, anywhere, despite the fact that returns are filed from wherever they are located, or Plateau States, despite the fact that returns are filed from their location.
Even in Gibea?
Sir?
Even if they are based in Gibea?
So, we are there presently, sir. What the bill brought for us was to open up in terms of distribution for the consumption. That was what the president felt that needed to be done. And in his proposal, the president requested that the place of consumption should be the point of derivation of the VAT. So now we have agreed that irrespective, the clause we added is irrespective of where the returns is filed. And it's there, we have the interpretation clauses, they are all there. VAT fiscalization system. The committee included the need for further regulations by the service to get effect to the relatively new provisions of introducing a fiscalization system. Mr. Chairman, sir, the present system where companies file returns without federal revenue actually knowing whether they made that money. We want to deviate. This bill is proposing that we deviate from it. For example, Mr. Chairman, most of our supermarkets that take VAT on behalf of government, they don't remit. And when they want to remit maybe 30%. So the federal revenue did a practical example by going to a particular company, which I will not mention the name, and introduce their system into their own system. And they discovered that the company was actually remitting like 1/10 of what they ought to have been remitting. So we believe that if this is introduced by FRS to all commercial entities, Nigeria will start to benefit. Mr. Chairman, sir, we added in the bill before you that all companies must give access. They must give access to Nigerian Revenue Service to all their computer. In other claim, Mr. Chairman, the moment you buy an airtime in point A,